Let me be brutally honest here, guys. These single moms who've gotten child custody yet complain about having no time are indeed a huge facepalm. As Ben Parker said, with great power comes great responsibility. There you go, girl. You've got the kid with you most of the time. Turn him or her against your ex-husband and control everything. The dad is not able to see his kid as much as he wants due to how the law works in the West. In other words, she gets all the advantages she wants, but she's not okay and wants more. Now she wants some free time. You've got the kid, and probably much more things that belong to your husband. The kid has no father figure, and as a consequence, he or she will be more likely to get involved in promiscuous or criminal behaviors. As much as many claim that women should have the right to educate their kids how they want, the kid should also be granted a certain amount of normalcy in the household. The state governs marriages, but it doesn't intervene as much when a single mom is taking care of her kid. Well, the state might give her tax money or make the husband pay for alimony, but that's a whole different story. Building a family and having kids is perhaps one of the most delicate decisions you can have as a man. Back in the day, families tended to be bigger because the parents wanted their offspring to take care of them when they got old. However, times have changed a lot. Now parents see that their children are having no children of their own, and when they get old, they're taken to nursing homes. Note that I don't blame anyone for not having a kid. Indeed, marrying, along with how destructive divorces tend to be for men and the indoctrination carried out in schools, are very good reasons to stay single. When you take a look at the current state of the world, you can easily realize why it's much better to stay low-key and not get involved in unnecessary trouble. As I always say, it's much better to keep your life simple rather than invite problematic people into the picture. Note that I don't care about the pair of chromosomes the person has. If they're not positive in your life, let them go. And you might already know for a fact that a single mom will be more of a problem than a blessing. In today's video, guys, I'll comment on some crazy shit single moms complain about. Stick around because I'm sure you're going to love this one. But before we go deeper, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to Christopia once again. He said, "Women mostly never face the consequences of their wrong choices, yet men constantly face many consequences even when wrong is done to us." You're absolutely right, there is a huge double standard. So thanks Chris for that. Don't forget to reach out to us by email to claim your $5. As usual guys, I'll pick one comment from each video. It may be the funniest, the most liked, or one that touched me, so don't forget to leave a comment and you may be our next winner. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons too, as it helps a lot. Now, back to the video. Embrace your masculinity. In a previous video, I told the story of a man who rejected a girl he liked in the past, but now wanted him to give her and her 2 kids free shelter. Come on, your kids are your responsibility, not mine. The fact that a man likes a woman and she notices does not mean she can go back to him whenever she wants. Some women are so opportunistic that they use guys as if they were a blender, namely, when they need them, they use them to get a certain job done. Then, once it's over, the blender goes back to the shelf and stays irrelevant for a few more months. By the way, another important question is, where is the baby's dad? Is he not willing to take care of your kid? Or you might have deleted him from your kid's life, but now that you have no one to save your egotistical ass, you need someone to fix your problems? As much as these are some of the possible scenarios, I think I'm making myself clear, right? Even though men ain't shit according to modern day women, the reality is quite different when the divorce happens. At that very moment, the concept of man's job becomes real again. What does this mean? It's very simple. She was a boss bitch that needed no one to take care of her, but now that she's dealing with the upbringing of her kid, she suddenly wants the baby's dad to pay for her needs, and the kids, of course. On top of that, every time she encounters a difficulty, she tends to use her kid as the Trojan horse so that she can easily get things fixed. For example, She might say that the kid has joined the basketball team, and now that the husband is taking him to the classes, she also wants him to take her to a new gym a few miles away. The same idea applies to any difficult, physically demanding task you can imagine. No, girl, that's not the way it works. Any decent man will never allow others to use him, but simps do. Remember that being a simp goes way beyond putting women on a pedestal. Simps live for the approval of others and never stand up for themselves. In contrast, a man going his own way knows the direction he wants to go and sticks to a firm purpose. A man who has a kid with an ex-wife has just one responsibility: the kid, nothing else. The single mom now wants to take advantage of the difficulties she's going through to get even more benefits. Yes, you know how it goes. She can even stay in a house that belonged to her husband. Plus, when she says she wants some money for the kid, the father has no control over how the money is invested once it goes out of his hands. There are indeed no refunds, and still some single moms wonder why an ex-husband asks too much about how she's managing the money. No, he's not necessarily an oppressor. He might just want to make sure the money is being used correctly. The ex-husband doesn't want to pay for dates with other guys, or stupid caprices such as a Gucci bag you don't need. Men who pay alimony must deal with their own financial challenges as well as those of the mother. Come to think of it, just consider that a man who pays child support provides money, and the government assumes she'll make good use of it. How come the government is not instead telling the father to buy food for the kid? Maybe I'm tripping, but at least mechanisms like this will make sure the money is used correctly. However, I know I'm not saving the world by saying this, but indeed I will save you a lot of problems by recommending not dating single moms. Not only will she have obvious baggage from her previous relationship, but in most cases, she'll try to convince you to take care of her kid at some point. In some crazy scenarios, if you happen to have a kid too, she might suggest you form a blended family. As far as I'm aware, that does not occur too often, thank God for that. Anyway, I'd like to finish the video by recalling these single moms that enjoy almost total custody of the child, but complain that they've got no time for themselves. Well, that's the downside of having a kid. The kid will hardly do everything on his or her own and needs some kind of role model. If you happen to not give a fuck about your kid and only care about not allowing your ex-husband to visit your kid, then you're doing everything wrong. The third Newton's law makes no sense to these women. This is very simple. Your choices have consequences, and you must deal with the outcome nonetheless. Don't get me wrong, if a woman finds a good husband and they live happily ever after, congratulations. That marriage is one of a kind. And ladies, if you have become a single mom and even have custody of your child, deal with its upbringing and any whims that might come through, including yours. Men are tired of being the disposable gender, even in a relationship setting. Once they become access to women, they're in many cases forced to maintain the woman's lifestyle, and the kid turns out to be the reason why they have to pay for the whole party. If you ever marry a girl, make sure she's got no red flags, and if you want to avoid the trouble of being used after a divorce, embrace the bachelor's lifestyle. I promise it will give you more peace than being treated as a utility. Stay strong, guys. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you will get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.